thanks for agreeing to be interviewed, son. Alec. Can you tell me something you know about science? What is science, do you think?
I think science is when you collect data, and if you don't have the data, you can't clarify that something's right. And if you can't clarify it, then you can't confirm it.
Hey, good job. Do you ever learn about science in school?
No.
How can you tell you don't learning about science?
Because we only read.
You only read
textbooks
in science at your school? Okay.
We don't do anything real.
Have you ever learned anything about science anywhere else in school?
Yes.
Like where?
Saturday science.
Oh, Saturday science. What was different about Saturday science that made it science?
Then at school?
Yeah.
Well, you actually got to do science instead of, going to school and reading the textbooks.
Okay, what did you do when you did science? What was that difference than reading it? How is that different than reading a textbook about it?
You actually get to, making steam. You put the ice cubes in there and all that stuff. You actually got to do that instead of just reading, going like this.
Okay, good. So when you're thinking about real science, the things that you did in Saturday science, then how is that different from other things that you learned about?
What was the question again?
How is doing science different from other things you learn?
Oh,
doing it.
Doing science lets you find out things, and reading a textbook, it just...
Just reading about it in a textbook versus actually figuring it out for yourself? That's what it sounded like you're saying. So what exactly do you think science is then?
Collecting data.
Collecting data. So you're the one that's collecting the data, not reading about somebody else collecting the data. Okay. Well, we're going to do a short investigation here. I have two little pieces of paper. They're called paper helicopters. I'm going to do one at a time, and I want you to make one observation, and then I want you to make an inference, okay? All right, here's one. This is a big guy. What do you observe there?
It twisted.
It twisted? Okay, let's see this one. How about that one?
That one didn't twist as much.
Didn't twist as much. What's your inference, just by looking at this?
By the size, smaller, I'd say it doesn't twist as much.
Okay, good. And you're basing that on?
What I just saw.
What you just saw. Okay, let's try them both together.
Yeah, that one spins way more.
Would you still agree?
Yes.
Okay, so what's the difference between an observation and an inference?
An observation is when you see it happening, and an inference is when you're guessing. When
you're guessing? Okay. And you're guessing based on just any old thing that you think in your head?
No, by what you see.
By what you see. So you're making a guess about what you see. Okay, good job. Would you describe what you watched with the experiments right here as an investigation? Scientific investigation? Did you do some science here? Would you describe what you watched with the experiments right here as an investigation? Scientific investigation? Did you do some science here?
Yes.
Good. And why do you think that was a scientific investigation?
Because we were trying to figure out something.
What were you trying to figure out? See, by looking at this, what do you think you were figuring out?
These are small propellers.
Okay,
and these are
good.
big.
So what did you find out when I dropped these two?
Big propellers make it spin
Okay,
more.
so you were trying to discover which one
Would spin more.
spin more. You're right. So whether size affects the spinning. So what makes it scientific?
Which one spins more?
Good. So figuring out which one spins more.